Chris. I'm your host, your illustrious host of the show. I bring to you entertainment to the best of my ability. Full length entertainment. Now, what we got here is spinach, figs, and a delicious little plate of hummus. It's a Mediterranean style dinner tonight, and I'm eating quite all right. All right. Tonight's upload is going to be of what has been going on behind the scenes as far as making money here in California while we are in between writing times. So the starving artist myth is just that. It's not a reality. You know what? I shouldn't use the word myth because myth is very realistic. But to be a starving artist and just do art and think, when I say art, I mean any facet. If you're a musician, if you're a content creator, if you're doing film, if you're trying to monetize and get things popping for your YouTube channel, and you want to get subscribers and likes and notifications and the bell and all that stuff, you got to grind, man. Grind away. And you got to make money during that time, before that time, and after that time. So these uploads have been a behind the scenes of what goes on when you're not creating and being creative. Well, what goes on for me, not for everybody else, right? Because everybody has different avenues of being, living, modes of ways of how they're going to pursue their dream. You got to work, because once you get to the point where you've established yourself in your dream, you got to work at it. You got to get better. There's going to be other people that are doing what you're doing. You got to be better than them. You got to be more productive. You got to do more than them. And if you're not in the habit of working, thanks for the thumbs up. Woo! If you're not in the habit of working, when you achieve your goal, whether it be financial, whether it be a career, whatever it be, mine is writing and music, you are not going to be able to have what you want, because you're just going to get there and stop. If you're not in the mode of working, you're going to have a sense of entitlement. So that's my belief. That's why I continue to work, even though I'm trying to pursue my dream. When I'm not pursuing my dream, all my downtime goes towards working in the world, the 9-to-5 grind. And tonight's upload, if you're new to the channel, gives you a little example of that, of what this is about. Go and check out the description. I see we got 11 of you lovely viewers on. Thank you for viewing, taking the time. You've been on for about a minute now. So let's go ahead and crush that subscribe button. Now we're down to 4. But that's still just as important as 11. So 4 of you, go ahead and crush that subscribe button. And first we're going to give a shout out to Sheb Watching Free Turbado. Subarado. I hope I said that right. But yeah. Tonight's Behind the Grind is going to be just a quick little preview of how I'm making money at this theater in Ventura, California. And what I got to do to maintain. Hannah Paulette, hello. What I got to do to maintain bills in between trying to achieve my dream, my goal. I don't like saying the word dream because I feel like a dream is a vision. Like I'm well past the dream into headed towards the goal. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. If you go and check out the community page, you can see some of the art that I do in my spare time I have that at 2 stores here in California. I'm trying to sell it. It's called Digital Graffiti. People also name it Surrealism. I see we got 7 viewers. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Press that like button. Hit the notification bell for latest notifications on video uploads. And I promise you, we are a regular content uploader. I mean, the channel is loaded with tons of content for you to watch. It's for you, the viewer, to escape, right? Or at least enjoy the moment. Oh, yeah! We got a sub! All right! We got 22 of you. That's 22 potential subs. Now, you're probably thinking, why should I subscribe to your channel? And that's a great question. And I'm going to answer it right now. Because I will always give you content. I will keep you fully enticed in the moment. I will bring you different things. And I will eat spinach because it's healthy and it gives you energy. So, give me a second. I'm a guy doing the van life with a dream to sell a movie in Hollywood. I've got 2. 1 total feature screenplay written. Hello, Isaiah Sono 1234. Thank you for the sub. Woo! I'm working on part 2 right now. That way, when I bring my presentation to who potentially will buy the screenplay, it will have part 1 and part 2. So they can see that I'm not just a guy trying to break into the film industry and get a bunch of notoriety. I'm a human being, an American looking for a job. That's why I'm here. And they can see on this that I'm a man of consistency, because this channel has, I think, 516 videos and only like 400 subscribers. So clearly, what up, Hunter? Clearly, I'm a man that's going to work. Whatever position or writing project I'm given, they're going to get from me what I tell them I'm going to get, because when the chips are down and have been down, I've continued to upload. I've continued to pursue my goal. I've continued to write. You don't take gifts? What do you mean, like financial gifts? Nope. No, I just, I mean, I'd love to, like, I mean, again, you know, I appreciate, you know, the support on the channel. Like if sponsorships or something like that were to come, yeah, I'm going to take that, because it's like a business thing, but I'm not going to beg or take money from my subscribers. You know what I mean? I just don't feel it's ethical, and I don't feel it's right. So I appreciate it. But yeah. Anyhow, you know what would help? If you know what would be a real gift? If you have a social media outlet, share this channel. That would help me out. Can I like again? Yeah, just go and look at the other videos, man, for sure. Go and check out the poetry. I have poetry on the community page. I have art pieces on the community page. Check them out. If you like them, go ahead and like. I don't want you to like because I want you to like them. If it's something that's your style, like it. If not, put a thumb down, man. You know, I'm not about having people, you know, having people criticize what I'm doing. If they don't like it, I'm not going to stop. However, you know, it might make some changes. It might be something that helps to inspire me to create an episode based on a suggestion. Lead Hit has been one of my number one guys from day one. He's always been on every upload. He's always commented. And like there's times he's made critiques and I went and did it. I did what he said. He had told me, oh, hell yeah, 24 likes. But there was one time Lead Hit was like, hey, dude, your descriptions in your videos are like not appealing. And I'm like, okay, he's right. You know, if he says that, he's obviously like, he's a viewer. He's a guy who stays pretty regular. So I'm going to fix it. And ever since he said that, I've made an aim towards making full descriptions a lot better because, I mean, if you're not open to interpretation and open to building what you're doing, you know, and I also see it as an opportunity, like, let's say I sell the first screenplay, right? And they're like, we need to adjust this, this, and this. I'm not going to have an ego about it and be like, no, that's my work. I'm an artist. That's the voice that needs to be heard. Because, one, people are funding it. Two, people might have better outlooks than me on a piece of writing. I mean, they're definitely there because there's people making money on it and I'm not. Three, I mean, you got to be open to things. And you just got to go. You got to check it out. So, but yeah. I'm not like, I can take criticism. But I mean, I am human, you know? If something doesn't make sense to me, I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to, you know, I might say it, depends on the day. There's certain days I might say, go fuck yourself. No, I wouldn't do that. But, like, there was a guy, there is a guy on Stage 32, which is like a Facebook format for screenwriters and creatives collabing and trying to find work, things of that nature, like a LinkedIn version of like the film world, right? And every time I post something from my YouTube channel, or I put something to say like, hey, I'm looking to connect with people or try to get some headway or lead on where I should go with my screenplay, this guy will pull my post. But he's the moderator. He's like, he'll send me an email that says, hey, I pulled your thing down and did, you know? Because I do have like assisted ways to write descriptions for the things that I do so they sound like totally professional, because I'm not the most, I believe if I'm in front of somebody right in the moment, I can sell them. You know what I mean? Like I really believe I have that ability. Like the live feeds, all right, you take it easy at church, man. That's great. You're going. I love religious concepts. So let's take for an example, from all the things that I've seen, all my algorithms on not the metadata, that's Facebook. I gave up Facebook not a long time ago, probably about 2 months ago, because I was doing the doom scrolling way too much and wasting too much time. So let's say when I'm on here on a live feed, I do get a lot more audience retention that lasts longer than any of my other videos. So that tells me I'm a person who can, in the moment, I can bring a certain energy. I can pull people in. I can talk to people. I can communicate. So I do that. I can convey messages that way. I can be in the mix. When it comes to writing emails and it comes to writing descriptions, when it comes to, I'm too like broad, and at the same time I use a broad spectrum and I have too much introspection going on, and I'm not really conveying what I need to say in a way that the world sees it. And you know, it's a number of different reasons. One, I'm creative. We struggle with that. That's a fact. Two, I have certain things about my ego that like I struggle with it. So I get assistance with helping descriptions being written, and I use AI, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be the first one to tell you, when it comes to sending out emails, professional letters, professional emails, trying to get a job, I 1000% use AI. I would be stupid not to. Everybody's using it. You know, I equate it to Joe Rogan says to everybody, I work out, but I use steroids. I don't use steroids when I work out. I don't need to because I love the challenge. And two, I'd go crazy if I was doing the whole steroid thing. But let's get back on the topic. This isn't about Joe Rogan and steroids. It's about AI and kind of how I use it as an assistance. So I had AI go over and write me out something for stage 32. And then I go over it and I look and I say, okay, what's not human about what's just being said? What's not me? You know what I mean? So I'll change some things around. And then I throw it up there, and every time I would do that, this dude from the moderator would pull it down. So what I did was I went and looked on his wall, and I looked at how the description of what he did was, and then I looked at how he wrote, and it was night and day. So I believe he did the same thing, but I think he was like having a power trip and wanting to pull my stuff down. And it was challenging because that stage 32 is like the Facebook of trying to make connections. But on a positive note, I did make a connection on stage 32 recently with a guy in LA. He's been doing an SEO stuff for social media for a little while. And he's a traveling nurse. And him and I are going to collab and get together and try to write a pilot for a television series. I threw an idea about a group of female assassins with a priest as the head of the assassin group, and then they go from there. So that's what I'm going to pitch to him, see what he thinks. Him and I have been talking via email. I'm real excited about that. I think I said it in the last live feed, so. But yeah, I'm just eating my Mediterranean dinner before I go to work. My other job. If anybody has any questions about the channel or anything that's going on or anything we're going to be uploading or updating, go ahead and ask away. And if there are questions that are weird, I'm just going to ignore them. Almost done. It's almost time. All right, we got about 4 minutes left, everybody, and then I'm taking off. I got to get to work. If you got a question, ask away. All right, I'm going to talk about a movie. A great movie that I think everybody should see is Zero Dark 30. The tension in that movie and the way they caught Osama bin Laden was absolutely amazing. Like, it's one of my favorite movies. And that woman, it was by a woman, not by a woman, who caught Osama and found out where he was a woman that worked for the FBI or the CIA, one of the two, I can't remember. But dude, it's such a good movie, man. I mean, this woman was so determined to get this guy. She would not let up, and she believed, and it's incredible. Another movie I would highly recommend is Good Will Hunting with Robin Williams. And, oh, speaking of Robin Williams, right now there is a movie right now on YouTube that's free that he did called Patch Adams. If you get a chance and you've never seen Patch Adams, go watch it. It is a phenomenal movie, man. It's a total heart wrencher. It's a good movie. It's based on real events. The doctor that exists that he plays is real. It's really good, really good. Another movie I would recommend is, let me think. I don't know. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to do some protein. I am hungry. I'm thirsty for some protein. So, all right. I see we're down to 0. It's been 20 minutes. Appreciate everybody. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Keep it up. Take it easy. Boom. Later.